Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me and hear me. So today we are meeting again to talk about 90 Days Managers Challenge. So last time, if you remember, and those of you who don't remember, you still have a chance to watch the full webinar that we did about 90 Days Managers Challenge qualification. So last time we talked a lot about how to plan to be a part of 90 Days Challenge, and I talked about Sarpio. So Sarpio is a sales and recruitment process in Oriflame. Sarpia will help you to qualify to 90 Days Manager Challenge. And why is it important to be systematic in your approach? Because you have limited time. Now 1 month is already gone because we started the qualification in July. And now you have August and September to qualify for a fantastic event that will be taking place in Abuja. So what does it mean? It means that now, after first month, we already have 214 people that started their qualification to the seminar. What does it mean? Do you remember what is required to qualify for 90 Days Managers Challenge? First of all, what you need to do is to grow new manager level. So if you are in Oriflame for some time and you already reached your first performance discount levels like 3, 6, and 9, what you need to do, you need to go to a next level, which will be 12. Or if you're already 12%er, you need to go to 15. If you're 15%er, you need to go to 18. If you're 18%er, you go to a senior manager level. So that's the first criteria. That's the first thing we need to do. So if you didn't do it previous months, you still have a chance to do it now in August and of course in September. But don't put the action into your last months. Try to do it as fast as possible. Because there's also 2 other criteria that directly connected with Oriflame business. As you know, it's really important that when you are joining Oriflame, you are active. So being active and being a person who actually does personal BPs every month is really important. So what does personal BP mean? Personal BP is an order that you place yourself. Your order is around 200 BP. This is what we expect from a manager level. It means that you are purchasing products for your personal use and for a couple of customers. This is very important to remember that we require you to do your personal orders each month of qualification period. Each month of qualification period means July, August, and September. So, of course, all of you who did your new manager level should have 200 bonus points placed in July. Now in August, don't forget to place a personal order. Do it as early as possible during the months. And of course, in September as well. So that's criteria number 2. Criteria number 3, or what is expected from us who wants to qualify, is of course recruitment. Why? Without recruitment, it's really hard to grow Oriflame business because Oriflame business is built on sharing Oriflame opportunity. When you share Oriflame opportunity and people sign up to Oriflame, people want to be a part of the Oriflame together with you, your team grows, your income grows, your business grows, and we want to celebrate that by inviting you to 90 Days Managers Challenge. So when it comes to recruitment, what we expect from you is a very, very small amount, which is actually 6 recruits. 6 recruits during 3 months period. What does it mean? So if you already recruited 2 people in July, what do you need to do? You need to recruit 2 more in August, and you need to do 2 more in September. If you have recruited only 1 in July, don't worry, you still can do 3 in August and 2 more, at least in September. I'm telling you, this will help you to create a habit. If you get into the habit of recruitment and you do recruitment every month, trust me, you will continue having a great recruitment going forward. please be aware that recruitment is not only signing up a person, but making sure that this person is introduced to our welcome program and knows how to get started in Oriflame. By the way, I want to encourage you all to look at the other webinars that we have been doing for you. Me and my team, the sales team of Oriflame Nigeria, has been picking very, very important topics to help you guys be successful with your qualification. So what does it mean? For recruitment, you of course need to learn how to do your own OM. So go through the videos that you see on our YouTube channel and pick the one with Gift Dia, where she talks about how to run your own OM meeting. She gives a lot of practical advice. She gives very nice ideas of what could be done to make your presentation spot on. She goes through the structure of the presentation, and I think it's definitely a must-see for many of you. After the OM meeting, there is usually a part called getting started. So getting started is the moment when you, as a consultant or as a sponsor, as we call it, who invites a new person to Oriflame, go through how to place an order, how to make sure that your order is paid, went through the possibilities for deliveries, and basically introduces a person to Oriflame. So getting started is a really, really important part of Oriflame opportunity presentation. With getting started, you are increasing the chances of having a recruit and not only a starter. If the person just signed up with Oriflame but never did an order, this person is not a recruit. So be aware that to qualify to 90 days Manager's Challenge, I really encourage you to work on your recruitment skills. And you will get help by watching our webinars and, of course, participating in your upline sponsor OM meetings to learn how it's done in the best way. But you know what? Besides that, what else did I talk about in my previous webinar? I talked about 5 pillars of Sarpio. And if you remember, recruitment and running your own OM meetings was a big part of Sarpio. But there is also another part where we are talking about keeping your network active. So placing your own orders, making sure that you grow to a new manager level, and making sure that your recruits are part of the welcome program and they are running to become as successful as you are, is definitely working according to the principles of Sarpio. So I want to encourage you to listen to another webinar, and that webinar was done by Busola. She's been talking about how to set goals and targets. Why is it important? Part of the Sarpio is connected to goals and reaching your goals. To reach your goal, you really need to make sure that you're working 100%. And joining Oriflame is a life-changing opportunity. But it's also something different. So if you are used to have an employer that tells you, okay, you need to do this today, this is your task for tomorrow, and you report back, Oriflame is very different. Here, you're free to dispense your time according to the priorities that you have. But also think about that it puts a pressure on you as a leader, as an individual entrepreneur, independent consultant, to drive your own time schedule. Therefore, to achieve certain goals in Oriflame, me or anyone else in the sales team will not come up to you and say, this is what you have to do. You yourself will set your own targets based on your performance. You can, of course, discuss your targets, and especially I encourage that for the people who are very new to discuss this with your upline sponsors. Setting targets is very specific. So if you want to grow to a next level from 12 to 15, there's a certain number of bonus points you need to do, not personally, but together with your team. So be very aware that if you do your own bonus points and your team does the bonus points, means that you all need to set targets together. And there we go to a third webinar that we did for you together with my sales team. That was done by Franca. And Franca talked about the benefits on having a core team. So core team is a concept that we talk a lot about in Oriflame. It's a part of the SARPIO process as well. I think it's one of the 5 pillars that I've already described earlier. And core team gives you an opportunity to perform better. What does it mean? It means that if you have a core team, you will definitely be able to reach your targets together. Oriflame is not the business of one person. I'm telling you, you can be a successful seller. You can sell. You are very talented. Great. But to be a successful leader in Oriflame, you need to have a team. You need to find people that, just like you, are driven and ambitious and want to have their dreams becoming reality. So core team, who are the core team people? That you can listen to in Franca's webinar. She is describing the concept of a core team and gives examples. So if you are a core team leader, you are having certain responsibilities as well. Before you are starting to plan your month, you need to consider, this is what I do by myself. And you set a target, you set your target to recruit 3, 4, 5 people, for example. You set a target to do a personal order of 200 BP. You are setting target to do 2 Oriflame opportunity meetings per week. You set a target to generate a total BP during the month should be 3,000 BPs, for example. So how do you communicate these targets to your downlines? So let's think about it. Your downlines might be just new people in Oriflame. So make their targets really, really simple. Explain that they need to do an order of 200 bonus points. And this order will be then counted into your bonus points as well. So when we are talking about BPs, the most important is that you need to spread the target that you have in total to reach new manager level, for example, 3,000 bonus points, between your team members. But be also aware that some of them will make it and some of them will not. So what is the difference? Is, of course, follow-up. So if you are alone and you have 30 people in your team, who will do the follow-up? That's a good question, right? Of course, it's hard to follow up on 30 people, but imagine when you're a leader, when you're a director, you have a team of 300 people, and you cannot call all of them and ask them if they placed their order. So what do we want to create? We want to create people just like you in your team, core team. Core team is usually 3 to 5 people. Don't think that core team is everyone in your team who is successful. No. Core team is also not 1 or 2 people that you specifically like. No. Core team members are the people that are showing highest potential to grow in this particular moment. So it means core team members could be a person you recruited yesterday, but the person is ready, the person is following your tasks, ready to join, ready to sign up, ready to do their OM meetings. This is your core team member. Core team member could be your newest manager, who is a 12%er, who is building his own team. So core team is a very important concept. Try to identify your core team members already now to make sure that you leverage on the growth in August. So core team members, together with you, need to plan. Together with you, they need to do OM meetings. So if you didn't watch the webinars, do it now, together with your core team, to help to identify your core team, to help plan and set goals, and of course, to help you run OM meeting. And after you've done that, try to do a couple of exercises. Try to exercise OM meetings together with your team. So what is the purpose of all of this? Why are we making such a big buzz about 90 Days Managers Challenge? It's just the beginning. So don't think that if you've done those 3 months and you worked hard and you go to this amazing event, you've got a kick of motivation. This is just the beginning. This is a boot camp. It's a challenge to challenge your abilities in a short time to perform at your best. And if you prove it to yourself and to us that you can do it, I'm sure going forward, it will be very easy for you to continue in the same temp. And if you're taking new manager levels every month, look at that. You still have a chance to qualify to director seminar. And you are then on your way to qualify for Paris conference. So the most important concept of the 90 Days Managers Challenge is not the event itself. The most important about 90 Days Managers Challenge is to prove to yourself that if you commit for 3 months and if you are ready to do your best in a short period of time, you will be successful going forward. So we want to identify 90 Days Challenge as a startup point for your future career. And of course, we will have a lot of fun during this event. We had amazing time on our previous 90 Days Managers Challenge that we had in Lagos. Now we are going to Abuja. And think about one important point. Basically, you are a reflection of people around you. So picking your core team, picking your new recruits, and you can do that, right? Because you are not employed. It's not that you need to live with people you are working with. No, you're picking them yourself. That's a big luxury. So think about the positive attitude. Really, really important. It's very hard to change a mindset of a person in a very short period of time. It wastes a lot of energy from your side, and it will be also a lot of disappointment. So you need to find people who are ready to go now. So these people need to be ready to go. These people need to be fired up, and these people need to be your core team. If you pick a person who has excuses, complaints, who has a lot of negative energy to share, you will be always the person that will be dragged down by it. The risk if to have a person like that in your team is also that the person will affect other team members and it will be very hard for you to move forward. So my advice to you, knowing that you have a limited time to perform, focus on people with a positive attitude and positive spirit. It will be always challenges. This one is a 90 Days Managers Challenge, but I'm talking more about some challenges that you might encounter when you prospect and people say no. That's absolutely normal. But when you are not saying, when you are talking about your opportunity in a positive way and you are not spreading negative emotions, people will be drawn to you much more. And this is something that is called culture. So today I talked about criteria, I talked about Sarpio, I talked about our webinars that we did for you to help you succeed. But I want to finish this webinar by talking about culture. So culture is something that is set by you as a leader. We in Oriflame, we believe in culture because we believe that our values of togetherness, spirit, and passion will make us a beauty company selling direct #1. And we want to be #1. But to get there, we want to have this winning attitude. But we are not working for ourselves. We are working for our teams. We are working together. That's why togetherness is really, really important. Think about 90 Days Challenge as a boot camp from your team. Create a strong team that you can run faster with. 90 Days Challenge event in Abuja is not an end of your journey. It's just the beginning. When it comes to spirit is very interesting concept, value that we have, right? Spirit is about having this attitude to all challenges that you have, that you will make it. No matter what, you will make it. And trust me, if you would visit any of our events and you will go to our international conferences, you will hear so many fantastic stories where people were overcoming challenges to get to a level when they think this was not a challenge. And if I would stop then, I would blame myself for the rest of my life. Challenges is nothing that you should be scared of. You will be successful. And the spirit of a leader is to have the success and a bigger picture in mind. Think about future. Don't think about today. Think how this is a life-changing opportunity that would change your life. Togetherness, spirit, and passion. When it comes to passion, I want you to know your why. What does it mean? Because if I ask you, why did you join Oriflame? I don't want to hear a word about, I want to have extra money. Money is a moment, or it's not a reason, it's not a why. Money is buying you something. So what is your why? That's why it's super important, and I want you to know your why, and that will make you passionate. Why could be your dream of traveling the world. Why could be a better future for your kids. And then, yes, money will buy you access to specific schools, money will buy you opportunity to travel, but money is not why. Why is something that will keep you awake at night. Why is if you want to do charity future in life and you want to start a fund, that would be your why. You want to have a bigger house for your family, or you want to give a car to your mother, that would be your why. Every day you need to remember about your why. And if you don't have a why, the soon you will encounter an issue and a challenge, you will step back. But if you have a why, you'll be so passionate, no matter what, you will make it. So I want you to remember those very important values of our company: togetherness, spirit, and passion. And I want you to understand that each and one of them are super important to make a successful leader. Do things together, support each other, be happy for each other's successes. Stand up and clap when people are coming up on stage with their checks, because you know you will be the next one there and people will clap for you. Be there with your winning attitude, with your spirit, knowing that you are a winner. And of course, be passionate. And if you have this passion that you can share with others, people will be drawn to you. If you have this glint in your eyes when you talk about Oriflame, people will be there and people will follow you. That's why we call our most successful consultants leaders. Because you're not a consultant when you have hundreds of people following you, and you are a leader. And leadership is a next step, is a next challenge, and something that I really want you to start thinking about. So I'm addressing you guys who are in the qualification to become first-time participant of the 90 Days Managers Challenge. And of course, I know there are some of you who are already senior managers. They've been senior managers before start of the qualification, or directors and up. So for you, of course, it's also possible to go to 90 Days Managers Challenge. So let me just remind you that this is a managers event. But of course, if you are a sponsor who is developing managers and has two managers, so two managers from different legs, one here, so you cannot have it under each other, right? To make it clear. So that makes you eligible to go to the event. So two of your managers are qualifying for the event, you get the ticket as well, and you go together. So that's why it's extremely important for you who are senior managers and directors to pick right core team members. You have only 2 months left to make sure that those guys that you pick that have highest potential of success right now are the ones qualifying for the 90 Days Managers Challenge. And you will be there with them. So make sure you qualify together with your managers. Dear managers or future managers, make sure that you don't miss your personal bonus points each month, 200 BP, and your 6 recruits in total. And even if you have 0 from July, you still have a chance to catch up. So don't waste time. Make sure that you're geared, you have your together spirit and passion in your backpack, and you're ready to go. Thank you very much. And I will share even more webinars that me and my team will prepare to make sure that you have a successful start of your Oriflame career.